brand new open world RPG game is coming out in 2024, and finally Alkimia Interactive is making a full-on remake of the first Gothic game that was released all the way back in 2001. So I was just 5 years old when this game was first released. So I haven't got a chance to play this game myself, but I'm pretty sure that most of the OG gamers out there, the game is definitely going to be bringing back a lot of nostalgia. Now, just yesterday, PlayStation dropped this brand new Gothic 1 Remake's deep dive gameplay impression of the game, and I think we should definitely go ahead and take a look at what PlayStation has to show here. THQ Nordic presents. Ooh, that's the open world. So it's basically a complete remake of the first game that was released back in 2001. Alkimia Interactive production.
Welcome to the Valley of Mines, an immense penal colony. For the war against the orcs, the only undefeated enemies of the Kingdom of Murtana, the king needed ore to supply his armies. So every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant, was forced to work in the ore mines of Khorinis.
So basically they're supposed to mine as a forced labors.
The king sent out his best magicians to create a magical barrier around the entire valley. But something disturbed the creation of the barrier, trapping everyone inside. The convicts revolted and took control of the colony. They divided into 3 camps. The old camp is satisfied with the current situation. As long as they deliver the ore,
this gives me a lot of Witcher, Elder Scroll vibes.
The new camp, however, thinks they can use the ore to blow up the barrier. And then there is the sect from the swamp. They believe that the Brotherhood of Sleepers will free them from their prison. Thus begins your journey in the open world of the Valley of Mines.
All right, here we go. So we previously got a couple of gameplay footage.
We focus on the 4 pillars that we consider the core of the series.
Ooh, look at the graphics.
Of a living world.
Yo, actually take a look at the facial features. Like, they've improved the game like massively, and that's the reason I'm saying it's a complete remake. Although the graphics is not really up to what next-gen game would probably look like, but still I think it's a pretty solid remake, honestly.
The core of the series. Simulation of a living
proper
world,
RPG is what it is.
Exploration, story, and combat.
Look at that. I think that's pretty good. For me, honestly, I'm convinced.
Gothic
it's a
Remake
good-looking game so far.
Creating an immersive and realistic world. Enjoy a complex life simulation on a scale hardly ever seen before in a video game. During the day, the inhabitants of the colony carry out a variety of activities, while nature, rich in all its diversity, lives out its own rhythm.
So we got some creatures, dinosaurs.
That this world can exist without the player. Explore the colony on your own and enjoy the unprecedented freedom this open world offers. In true RPG fashion, you decide when and where you go next. Meet numerous interesting characters, understand their inner motivations, and earn their respect by completing a series of elaborate quests. How you solve or handle their problems depends entirely on your choices.
Just take a look at the scene over here. Like, the graphics, it actually looks pretty good. Although some of the textures, it doesn't really stand up to like the current gen, the graphics and, you know, textures and detailing. But still, the way they've just put on the lighting system and everything, pretty good aesthetics.
Depends entirely on your
for
choices.
The open world here.
No matter when, in what order, or if you do anything at all, the game will always respond appropriately to your decisions.
Wow, I love the fact that you can make decisions.
And demanding combat systems.
And it's going to make a difference.
Character progression. Overcome your opponents using a variety of melee weapons. Eliminate them from a distance, or learn the arcana of magic.
So we got magic, we got melee weapons,
each type of
range weapons.
Differently. Its effectiveness depends on training.
A lot of Skyrim action here.
We're aware
I'm loving
that when
it.
Creating a remake of a beloved title, it is hard to live up to the expectations of its long-term fans. However, we feel there is room to develop the experience further by telling new stories from the colony and expanding on those that die-hard fans have known for more than 2 decades.
All right, so it seems like they're not only trying to completely remake the game, they're actually adding in a couple of stuff that was not really present in the original game. And the fact that they've actually witnessed or maybe addressed the stuff that it's really hard to remake a game that's from like 2 decades ago, and fans are really going to be expecting a lot more. And you know, just doing this is basically just putting the entire studio at jeopardize, because it can either turn out to be good or get a positive feedback, or this could just completely ruin the reputation of the original game. So I think they've done a pretty good job here, because I've seen a lot of comments of people saying that they've kind of stuck to the original aesthetics of what the vanilla version of the game looks like. I don't know if you guys have played Gothic 1, let me know in the comments down below. Do you think that this game actually looks as good as what the original game looks like? At the same time, if it has some sort of aesthetic of the same original vanilla version.
The experience further.
It's good that we're actually getting to explore more of the storyline and expansions.
On those that die-hard fans have known for more than 2 decades. We are also focusing our attention on enhancing many aspects of gameplay, such as diverse NPC routines and reactions, more complex crafting.
We got Alkimia here.
Character progression. Despite the passage of time, Gothic remains in the hearts and minds of many players. With the possibilities of Unreal Engine 5 and a variety of modern features, Gothic Remake will soon rekindle that love. Whether you've been a loyal fan for years, or
the shot looks pretty cinematic.
True RPG experience. Welcome back to the colony.
Yo, this gives me so much of like a Skyrim vibe. I don't know if you guys have played Elder Scrolls Skyrim, like with all the mods added on. This is basically how good the game would probably look like. Just take a look at it. It looks gorgeous, man. Honestly. I think if it's done right, I mean, whatever they're showing off right now, it's of course an early build, and the final version of the game is going to be much more polished and stuff. So this game is going to be launching on 31st of December, which is on New Year's Eve. So you're probably just going to get yourself a gift. And I think it's going to be a real good treat for gamers out there. You could just spend your time playing this game if you're not partying out there. So it's good stuff. So it's almost coming out in 2025, but they just decided to release it 1 day before. Most probably because they wanted to lurk into the Game of the Year awards. Because obviously 2025, we know that GTA 6 is hands down definitely going to be Game of the Year. But if there is a chance Gothic 1's remake could stand a chance to fight against the title of being Game of the Year. So that's probably why they chose this game to release just 1 day before 2025. And that's a pretty good decision here, though. So there is apparently 3 different Gothic games as of now, and all of these games are really old school. So most of the old school gamers are the only ones that will most probably recognize this game. So it's good that they're finally remaking some of these OG games, and they're also trying to stick to the aesthetics of this game. Now, the good news is that Gothic 1 Remake is coming to all the platforms, meaning the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, as well as on the PC version. So you don't really have to worry about any sort of exclusivity, because recently exclusivity has always been ruining the gaming industry. Amazon was actually going to make this game exclusive only to their Amazon gaming platform, and thankfully that did not work out. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think about this game? Are you going to be playing it? And what are your thoughts and opinions? I would love to read your comments and reply to as many of you guys as I possibly can. Now, if you guys are looking for a YouTube channel that basically covers all the information that you need about all the upcoming open world games, FPS games, and basically all the AAA titles. And also on my channel, I feature a lot of new indie games that are actually handpicked by myself. And these games are especially very high quality titles. So I always feature these new games that you might have never heard of before. But then subscribing to this channel is going to keep you guys updated with all types of games that's coming up in the future. So make sure to go ahead, subscribe, turn the notifications on. It's absolutely free of cost. You don't have to pay a dime in order to do it. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.
Subscribe!